In the lesson Resources and Industries, the next topic we are going to see about is energy resources. The resources from which electricity is generated are called as energy resources. We know already that resources are the naturally available wealth which are used to satisfy human needs. So, here the naturally available wealth such as coal, petroleum, air, water, etc., are used in producing electricity. Energy means it is the ability to do work. So, in order to operate any electrical equipments or machineries, we need electricity. So, therefore, the resources from which the electricity is generated are called as energy resources. Energy resources. The resources from which the electricity is generated are called as energy resources. Electricity is an important component of our life. No day-to-day activities takes place without the use of this energy. Starting from the home appliances to the machineries that we use in industries runs with the help of the electricity. It is also the key factor for all economic activities and industrial development. Energy resources can be classified into two types: renewable energy and non renewable energy. Resources which can be renewed or replaced by nature in a short span of time are called as renewable energy. Example for renewable energy are water, sunlight, wind, biogas, tides, etc. are the sources of renewable energy. Non renewable energy. Those resources that cannot be replaced by nature, or if it takes a very long time to be formed again, then those resources are said to be non-renewable. Example: coal, petroleum, natural gas and nuclear minerals are the sources of non-renewable energy. For example, now we will see shortly how the coal and natural gas was formed. Fossil fuels are natural fuels formed from the remains of living organisms. Coal is made from dead plant matter. When these plants die, they are decayed and they are compressed at high temperature and pressure over millions of years, which leads to the formation of coal. And petroleum and natural gases were formed from the dead marine animals. Non-renewable resources. We saw about what is meant by non-renewable resource. That is, the resources which cannot be replaced by nature, or if it takes a very long geological time to be formed again, then it is said to be a non-renewable resource. Under this non-renewable resource, first we will see about coal. Coal is formed over millions of years. This means that once it is used up, it is gone forever and cannot be replaced. So, coal is said to be a non-renewable resource. Coal is formed from the fossil fuels, and after compressing at high temperature and pressure, coal is formed over millions of years. So it took millions of years for the formation of coal. So therefore it is a non-renewable resource. Coal is an inflammable organic substance composed mainly of hydrocarbons. Inflammable means which can easily set to fire. So coal is an inflammable organic substance which is composed of mainly hydrocarbons. Coal is available in the form of sedimentary rocks. It is used in the generation of thermal power. Thermal power means it is a process in which the heat energy is converted into electrical power. So here, through the process of burning of coal, electric power is generated. Coal has a close association with the industrial development of any country, since it generates the electricity which is required by the industries. So therefore, it is closely related to the industrial development of any country. Since it is a valuable one, it is called as black gold. Coal is also called as black gold. Based on the carbon content present in the coal is classified into the following types. First one, anthracite. If the coal contains 80 to 90 percentage of carbon, then the coal is of superior quality and it is named as anthracite. And if the coal contains 60 to 80 percentage of carbon, then the coal is said to be bituminous. If the coal contains 40 to 60 percentage of carbon content in it, then it is lignite. If the coal contains less than 40 percentage of carbon content in it, then it is a peat. So therefore the quality of the coal depends on the percentage of carbon content in it. Coal is an important source of energy in India with its varied and innumerable uses. Coal can be converted into gas, oil, electricity, and thermal power, which means the heat energy. Besides, it also forms as a basic raw material for the production of chemicals, dyes, fertilizers, paints, and explosives. Indian coal is mostly associated with Gondwana series of rocks and is primarily found in Peninsular India. Gondwana series of rocks was originated from the Gond region of Madhya Pradesh. 98% of coal in India is found in this region. These rocks have been formed between the Carboniferous and Jurassic period, that is, millions of years ago. The states of Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal, and Madhya Pradesh alone account for nearly 90% of coal reserves of the country. About 2% of India's coal is of tertiary type and is found mostly in Assam and Jammu and Kashmir. If the coal has about 40 to 60 percentage of carbon content in it, then the coal is said to be of tertiary type. Whereas the Gondwana coal is mainly bituminous or anthracite, in which the carbon content varies between 60 to 90 percentage. Jharkhand is the largest coal producing state in the country, followed by Odisha, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, and Maharashtra. The districts of these states in which the coal fields are located are given below. The major coal fields of Jharkhand are Bokaro, North Karanpura, South Karanpura, Giridih, Ramgarh, Daltonganj, and Rajmahal, Talcher and Ranapur in Odisha, Korba and Chirmiri in Chhattisgarh, Umaria and Singrauli in Madhya Pradesh, Tandur, Singareni and Kotagundam and Ramagundam in Andhra Pradesh, Wardha, Balarpur, Chanda and Kambatti in Maharashtra, and Raniganj, Asansol and Mejia in West Bengal are the other major coal fields of India. Indian lignite, which is also called as brown coal. These Indian lignite deposits occur in the southern and western parts of peninsular India, particularly in Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, and Kerala. That is, the Indian lignite deposits are found in the southern part of India in the states of Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, and Kerala. Ministry of Coal has overall responsibility of determining policies and strategies in respect of exploration and development of coal resource in India. That is, the Ministry of Coal has the overall control of exploration and development of coal resource in India. Coal India Limited, CIL, and NLC India Limited, NLCIL, and Singareni Collieries Company Limited, SCCL, are its public sector undertakings. That is, these coal mining companies are government owned corporations. CIL, that is the Coal India Limited, is an Indian state controlled coal mining company which has its headquarters in Kolkata in the state of West Bengal. The field offices of CIL are located at Dhanbad, Ranchi, Bilaspur, Nagpur, Sambalpur, Kotagundam, and Asansol. CIL is the largest coal producing company in the world. Petroleum or crude oil. Crude oil means unrefined petroleum. The word petroleum has been derived from two Latin words, petrol, which means rock, and oleum, which means oil. Thus, petroleum is obtained from rocks of the earth. Therefore, it is also called as mineral oil. In this picture, you can see how the petroleum was formed. That is, in ocean, 300 to 400 million years ago, tiny marine plants and animals died and they were buried on the ocean floor. And over millions of years, the remains were buried deeper and deeper. Due to the heavy pressure and heat, they turned into oil and natural gas. Thus, today we drill down through the layers of sand and rock to reach the rock formation that contains oil and natural gas deposits. We know that petroleum is an inflammable liquid, that is, it easily set to fire, and it is composed of mainly hydrocarbons, about 90 to 95 percentage. So petroleum is mainly composed of hydrocarbons which constitute about 90 to 95 percentage, and the remaining is chiefly organic compounds containing oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, and traces of organic metallic compounds. Petroleum is used as a source of power and fuel for automobiles, aeroplanes, ships, and locomotives. So we know that petrol is very essential in order to operate our automobiles and vehicles. Lubricants, kerosene, vaseline, tar, soap, terling, and wax are its byproducts. Byproducts means it is the secondary product which is obtained while manufacturing or during the production of petroleum. Oil in India is obtained from both onshore and offshore areas. Onshore means in the land surface and offshore means under the seabed. The Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, MOP and NG, is the Ministry of the Government of India. It is responsible for the exploration, production, refining, distribution, marketing, import, export, and conservation of petroleum, natural gas, petroleum products, and liquefied natural gas in India. As of 2017, the total estimated crude oil reserves of the country is 604.10 million tons. In this, about 324.24 million tons, that is about 50%, are found in the onshore. So the 54 percentage of the crude oil is obtained from the land surface, and 46 percentage of the crude oil that is 279.86 million tons of crude oil are obtained from the seabeds. So the graph here shows the percentage of crude oil and natural gas production in India. The production of crude oil fluctuates from year to year. So in this graph the crude oil is represented in blue color. So you can see the fluctuations, that is the variations of the production in crude oil year to year. When you consider the first one 2011 to 12 and to 2017 to 2018, there is a change, but it is only there is a slight variation, but the changes are invariably in negative, that is the production keeps on decreasing. Now consider the natural gas production. Here also the trend is negative except the last year. Here also the production keeps on increasing, but in the previous year alone, that is in the year 2017 and 18, in that year alone there is a slight variation. It has increased a bit. The production of natural gas has increased slightly. The change is high in the first 3 years. In the first 3 years you can see the changes, high changes, and in the remaining years there is low to moderate changes in the production. Now we will see the location of oil fields, that is the offshore oil fields in India. Offshore oil fields means the oil fields which are located in the seabed. Deep holes are drilled under the seabed in order to extract oil and gas. Mumbai High Oil Field is the largest offshore oil field in India. Next comes the Gujarat coast, which is the second largest oil field, offshore oil field, and third one is the Basim oil field located in south of Mumbai High, and fourth one is Aliabad oil field, which is located at south of Bhavanagar, and fifth one is Ankaleshwar. Sixth one is Cambe, which is located at Luni region, and seventh one is Ahmedabad Kalol region. The east coast offshore fields are also given here, which is the Brahmaputra Valley located at Dibrugarh and Sibsagar districts of Upper Assam. Next one is the Digboi oil fields, which is the oldest oil field in our country, Digboi oil fields. Next comes Nahoratia oil fields, which is located southwest of Digboi oil fields. And next one is the Moran Hagrijan oil fields, which is located southwest of Nahoratia. Next one is Rudrasagar lava oil fields. And next is Sarma Valley. And the other offshore oil fields of the eastern coast are located in the offshore of Andaman and Nicobar Island, Gulf of Mannar, Baleshwar coast, Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. Natural gas. Natural gas is a mixture of gases which are rich in hydrocarbons. The gases like methane, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, etc. are found naturally in the atmosphere. But the natural gas reserves are found deep inside the earth. Natural gas is not used in its pure form. It is processed and converted into a cleaner fuel for consumption. Many byproducts are extracted while processing of natural gas, like propane, ethane, butane, carbon dioxide, nitrogen are the byproducts which are obtained from the natural gas. Natural gas is mainly used as a fuel for generating electricity and heat. It is also used as a fuel for boilers and air conditioners. Natural gas usually accompanies the petroleum accumulations, which means natural gas reserves are found deep inside the earth near other solid and liquid hydrocarbons like coal and crude oil, that is the petroleum. Natural gas is a naturally occurring hydrocarbon gas mixture consisting primarily of methane, but commonly includes varying amount of other higher alkalines and sometimes a smaller percentage of carbon dioxide, nitrogen and hydrogen sulfides. It is formed when layers of decomposed plants and animals are exposed to intense heat and pressure over thousands of years. So the coal, petroleum and natural gas are obtained from the decomposed plants and animals which are exposed to high pressure and temperature over thousands of years. Natural gas is used as a source of energy for heating, cooking, and electricity generation. It is also used as a fuel for vehicles and as a chemical feedstock in the manufacture of plastics and other commercially important organic chemicals. GAIL, GAIL India Limited. GAIL, GAIL, is formerly known as Gas Authority of India Limited. It is the largest state-owned natural gas processing and distribution company in India. So it is a Government of India undertaking company. It is headquartered in New Delhi. It has the following business segments such as natural gas, liquid hydrocarbon, liquefied petroleum gas transmission, petrochemical, city gas distribution, exploration and production, GAIL TEL, and electricity generation. GAIL TEL is the GAIL telecommunication services offered by GAIL India Limited. India has a very large proportion of tertiary rock and alluvial deposits, particularly in the peninsular India. Here the tertiary rocks means the sedimentary rocks which contains fossils are called as the tertiary rock. These tertiary rock and alluvial deposits are particularly found in the peninsular India, that is in the southern part of the India. These sedimentary rocks, which were once found under the shallow seas, hold the possibility of harboring oil and gas deposits. That is, the oil and natural gases, which were once found under the seabeds, now they have started to rise towards the surface of the earth through the cracks in the rocks due to increasing pressure in the underground. So therefore, this helps the geologist to find an area where the oil deposits can be found. The highest concentration of natural gas is found in the Bombay High and in basin oil fields. The other states where the natural gas reserves have been discovered are in Gujarat, Assam, Tamil Nadu, Tripura, Rajasthan, Arunachal Pradesh, Punjab, Jammu and Kashmir, and West Bengal. The districts states where the natural gas reserves has been found is also given. Please go through the districts of the states where the natural gas reserves have been discovered. The Gas Authority of India Limited, GAIL. It is doing an excellent work in the field of natural gas exploration. That is, in discovering the places where the natural gas can be obtained. Discovery of gas has made a rapid growth in the year 1985. Oil strikes at Kaveri offshore, at Nanda in Camde Basin, and Tarat in Jaisalmer Basin in Rajasthan were major discoveries during the year 1988 and 89. Recently, the natural gas exploration has been found at Krishna and Godavari Delta in India. Compressed natural gas, that is the CNG, which has the methane stored at high pressure. It is a fuel which can be used in place of gasoline, diesel fuel, and propane, that is the LPG. In comparison to other fuels, natural gas possesses less of a threat in the event of a spill because it is lighter than air and disperses quickly when released. Natural gas vehicles are increasingly used in Delhi, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Pune, Kolkata, Lucknow, Kanpur, Varanasi, etc. Conventional energy sources. The sources through which energy is being tapped for a quite long period of time can be termed as conventional energy sources. For example, coal, petroleum, natural gas, nuclear are the major conventional sources for thermal power. The energy generated from conventional energy sources is also known as non-renewable energy because these sources keeps on depleting with usage and cannot be renewed. So therefore, it is called as non-renewable energy. First we will see about the thermal power. Thermal power. Thermal power describes how fast heat is produced. Most commonly, thermal power refers to the heat input to a boiler in a power plant in order to generate electricity. Thermal power is generated using fossil fuels like coal, diesel, petroleum and natural gas. National Thermal Power Corporation (NTPC) was established in 1975. At present, NTPC has 13 coal-based super thermal power projects and 7 gas or liquid fuel based combined cycle projects in the state of Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Mizoram and West Bengal. Thermal power accounts for over 90% of the installed capacity. Installed capacity is the amount of energy that a power station is able to produce. Tamil Nadu produces about 5% of the total thermal electricity produced in India. Neyveli, Mettur, Thoothukudi and Ennur, which is in Chennai, all these are the important thermal power stations in Tamil Nadu. Nuclear power. The energy released during nuclear fission and nuclear fusion is used to generate electricity. First, we will see what is meant by nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. When an atom divides into two or more smaller or lighter atoms, then it is called as nuclear fission. Nuclear fusion means when two or more atoms join or fuse together to form a large or heavy atom, then it is said to be a nuclear fusion. The heat generated during the nuclear fission or nuclear fusion process is used to generate electricity. Nuclear energy is generated mainly from minerals of uranium and thorium. Nuclear power program in India was initiated in 1940s when Tata Atomic Research Commission was incorporated in August 1948. The first nuclear power station was set up at Tarapur near Mumbai in 1969 with the capacity of 320 megawatt. Later, atomic reactors were installed at Rawatbata with the capacity of 335 megawatts and another at Kota in Rajasthan with 100 megawatts. And in Tamil Nadu, the nuclear atomic reactors were installed at Kalpakam and Kudankulam. In Kalpakam, the capacity is about 440 megawatts, and in Kudankulam, the installed capacity is about 2000 megawatts. Atomic reactors were also installed at Narora in Uttar Pradesh, Kaiga in Karnataka, and Kakarapara in Gujarat. The Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited (NPCIL) is an Indian public sector undertaking based in Mumbai, which is in Maharashtra district. It is wholly owned by the Government of India and is responsible for the generation of nuclear power for electricity. NPCIL is administered by the Department